there, and welcome to another wacky episode of Science Video Quiz, starring me, Professor Science. Today's topic is about division. No, not the mathematical kind of division. We're talking a type of cell division, meiosis. Yeah! Yippee! Don't worry, by the end of this show, you'll be as crazy about meiosis as I am. With the help of a few friends who will quiz you on the main topics, this whole meiosis thing will be a breeze. Meiosis is a process of cell division, but not just any cell division. You may have heard of mitosis, the division of regular somatic cells. Meiosis produces different cells, the cells that allow organisms to reproduce. These cells are called germ cells. Before we can get into meiosis, let me give you a little background on chromosomes. Every living thing is made of cells. Inside these cells are chromosomes. Chromosomes contain genetic information, or genes, that determine who you are and what you look like. They even determine if you are a boy or a girl. Every organism has a certain number of chromosome pairs in their cells. For example, onion plants have 8 pairs of chromosomes, tomato plants have 12 pairs, goldfish have 47 pairs, and humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes. The chromosome number of an organism isn't related to its size or composition. Let's take a look. A giant sequoia tree can grow to a height of about 250 feet, and it has 22 chromosomes. Grasshoppers are about 2 inches long and have 24 chromosomes. Chromosomes come in pairs. One chromosome comes from your mother and the other from your father. Your paired chromosomes are called homologous because both chromosomes have information about the same trait or characteristic, like eye color. But the information is different for each characteristic because it is coming from 2 different people. Since the chromosomes in the pair come from different people, this is how our traits are determined. This is also what makes us individuals. Now, these chromosome pairs are very important. In order for a cell to function properly, it must have 1 pair of each type of chromosome. This means for a human cell to work, it must have 23 pairs of chromosomes. A cell that has the full number of chromosomes is called a diploid cell. Almost all of the cells in the human body are diploid. Your heart, bone, and skin cells are all diploid, having 46 chromosomes total. Scientists refer to the diploid chromosome number as 2N. This represents the total number of chromosomes in the cell, which is the number of chromosome pairs multiplied by 2. For example, a fruit fly has 4 pairs of chromosomes. What is its diploid chromosome number? Think. That's right, a fruit fly has a diploid number of 8 because it has 4 pairs multiplied by 2 equaling 8. Great job! Now, if a cell had only 1 of each type of chromosome in it, it would be called a haploid cell. Your haploid cells only have 23 chromosomes total. This is where meiosis comes in. Meiosis is extremely important. Why, without it, none of us would exist. Most organisms need meiosis to reproduce. Meiosis only takes place in the reproductive organs. The cells that meiosis creates are essential for the reproduction process. You see, meiosis is the division of cells to create a special kind of cell, a germ cell. Meiosis divides a diploid cell into 4 haploid cells by going through 2 divisions. So, from one somatic cell, the division produces 4 germ cells that can be used in reproduction. A haploid cell has half of the chromosomes as a diploid cell. These special germ cells are called gametes. So, at the end of meiosis, each human gamete has a total of 23 chromosomes. Scientists symbolize the haploid chromosome number by using an N. If a guinea pig has 64 chromosomes in each of its diploid cells, what would be the haploid cell number, or N? I'll give you a few seconds. Good luck. Got it? The answer is 32. Because there are 64 total, you have to cut that number in half. It is important for the gamete to have only half of the proper number of chromosomes, because when two gametes fuse during fertilization, their chromosomes pair up and total 46, or 23 pairs. Two fused germ cells create a zygote with two sets of chromosomes. A zygote is a female germ cell that has been fertilized by a male germ cell. From the zygote, an offspring develops. All right, let's take a break and answer some questions. When we come back, we will learn the stages of meiosis. Are you ready for the first round of questions? Good luck.
Looks like I just stopped in the nick of time. I got a quick question for you, then it's back to the race. The division of cells to create germ cells is called A, mitosis, B, cytokinesis, C, diploid split, or D, meiosis.
That's a tough one.
What a way to start off the quiz. Hope you wrote down an answer. Now get in gear, let's move on to the next question.
Boy, Clem College was never so hard. See if you can answer this. True or false? During meiosis, only one cell division takes place. Write down your answer, and let's go on to the next question.
Hello, faithful listeners of KVQZ, Science Quiz Radio. Ricky Wave here to bring you the latest sounds from the underground. Homologous means dealing with A, the same trait with different information. B, the same trait with the same information. C, different traits with the same information. Or D, different traits with different information. Wow, lots of words, but it had a great beat. Write down your answer and let's tune into the next question.
Hi everyone, starstruck at the latest movie premiere, Meiosis and Me. I'm here to present the next question. Chromosomes contain A, cells, B, diploid cells, C, genes or genetic information, D, zygotes.
Will you look at that one?
How'd you do? Pick an answer and write it down. I'm off to do my close-up now. How does my hair look?
If you get my question right, I just may grant you 3 wishes. True or false? When germ cells combine, they create life. That's very interesting. What do you think? Pick true or false and get it on paper. Oh, I've got to go. Someone is just taking a test and is wishing for a good grade.
Well, howdy. Before the roundup here, let's lasso up a question for y'all. Meiosis divides one diploid cell into A, 4 diploid cells, B, 4 haploid cells, C, 2 haploid cells, or D, 2 diploid cells. Well, what do you think, partner? Choose your answer wisely and write it down. I'm off to lasso class, but I'll see y'all later.
Okay, team, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Remember to use those brains. You know the answer to this. A gamete has A, 23 pairs of chromosomes, B, 46 chromosomes, C, 23 chromosomes, or D, A and B. Well, how did you do? Pick an answer and write it down. You can do it.
Hi everyone, Sandy Space broadcasting live from the space station. Turn on all your rocket boosters to answer this. A zygote has A, one set of chromosomes, B, no chromosomes, C, 23 chromosomes, or D, two sets of chromosomes. What do you think? Write down your answer while I call ground control.
Well, shiver me timbers, mateys. Get this right, and the treasure map of knowledge is yours. Our traits are determined by A, our germ cells, B, our homologous cells, C, our chromosomes, or D, none of the above. Arr! How did you do? Write your answer down, matey, while I set sail with my crew. Ha ha ha!
Hello, I'm Inquisitor. Show me that you are a great scientist, or even better, a robot like me, by answering this question correctly. Good luck. A germ cell is A, haploid, B, diploid, C, triploid, D, sometimes haploid, sometimes diploid, never triploid.
Okay, write down your answer.
What do you think? Pick an answer and write it down. It's time for me to log off now. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.
Whoa. Hi, I'm back. Well, how were those questions? Not too bad, I imagine. Now, as you probably remember from mitosis, scientists refer to the original cell as the parent cell, the original pairs of chromosomes as sister chromosomes, the new chromosomes as daughter chromosomes, and the new cells as daughter cells. But before we get into the specifics of meiosis, let's review the stages of mitosis, or regular cell division. Do you remember the 4 stages? Think really hard. You got it! They are prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Well, the cell cycle and the phases of mitosis are similar to meiosis, but there are some important differences. As I just said, in mitosis, one cell divides into 2 daughter cells, and in meiosis, one cell divides twice into 4 daughter cells. In meiosis, the chromosomes can exchange parts. They don't do that in mitosis. The daughter cells in meiosis differ from each other, while the daughter cells in mitosis are identical to their parent cell. And the most important difference between the two is that in meiosis, the 4 daughter cells have only 23 chromosomes in them, while in mitosis, each cell has 23 pairs. All cells enter the first stage of the cell cycle after they are newly formed. That stage is called interphase. During interphase, cells grow and DNA duplicates to produce another complete set of chromosomes. When the cell is ready, meiosis begins the first division. In prophase 1, the genetic material untangles from chromatin to form into condensed chromosomes. The chromosomes become visible and ready to match up. They then pair up with their homologue to form a tetrad. A tetrad is a 4-stranded group of chromosomes joined at a point called the centromere. Basically, each chromosome has 4 chromatids. While the tetrad is being formed, centrioles move to opposite ends of the cell to form poles. The centrioles produce spindle fibers. Also in this early stage, the nuclear membrane starts to break apart. Metaphase 1 is next. The tetrads migrate towards the center of the cell and line up. While the tetrads are pairing off and lining up, they cross strands and exchange sections of DNA. This is called crossing over. Crossing over, or gene swapping, as it is sometimes called, reorganizes the genetic information on the sister chromosomes. This provides diversity in the germ cells. That's why you look similar to your siblings, but not identical.
In anaphase 1, the tetrads are pulled apart by the spindle fibers.
Now they are pulled towards the poles at opposite ends of the cell, each end having 2 complete sets, or 23 pairs of chromosomes. And lastly, the cell moves into telophase 1, where the nuclear membrane is reformed around the 2 separate groups of chromosomes. At this point, the cytoplasm and organelles are divided up and the cell membrane pinches the cell into 2 cells. This process is called cytokinesis. The result is 2 daughter cells, each with the normal number of chromosomes. And remember, none of these cells are identical to each other because the chromosomes have exchanged genetic information. Now the second phase of meiosis, meiosis 2, begins. In prophase 2, the chromatids are still in pairs attached to the centromere. Once again, the centrioles produce spindle fibers and the nuclear membrane starts to dissolve. Next, the chromatids move to the center of the cell to line up once more in metaphase 2. The spindle fibers attach to the centromere of each chromosome pair. The nuclear membrane completely dissolves. In anaphase 2, the spindle fibers pull the chromosomes apart and the newly separated chromosomes travel to opposite ends of their cells. The key difference from mitosis happens in this stage. Remember how 1 chromosome from each pair is from the mother and 1 from the father? Well, now the paired chromosomes are split up and sorted randomly to opposite poles. Since only 1 chromosome of each pair ends up at each pole, the diversity becomes much greater between the newly formed gametes. In the last stage, telophase 2, nuclear membranes form around the 2 new sets of daughter chromosomes. The cytoplasm and organelles divide, and the cell membrane pinches the cell in half once again. And there you have it, 4 daughter cells, each with half the chromosome number. Remember, during the first phase of meiosis, 1 cell became 2 cells. Both of those cells went through the second phase to create a total of 4 new gametes. As I mentioned before, the neat thing about meiosis is that the cells are genetically different. The crossing over of genetic information and the random sorting of chromosomes ensure that each daughter cell is unique. Each new cell that is created is a haploid cell. The chromosome number is restored during fertilization, and there will be even more genetic mixing. And there you have meiosis. Pretty cool stuff, isn't it? I know you have this down pat, and to prove it, here come my friends to see how smart you really are.
We're moving right along. Now check this out. Crossing over is when A, sister chromosomes exchange DNA strands, B, entangle, C, split, or D, form sister chromosomes.
Ah, that's a good one.
What do you think? Write down your answer. It's time to get back in the race.
Hi again. You're just in the nick of time. I was about to have a pie thrown in my face. Now that you're here, it won't happen. Or I could be mistaken. Here's a not-so-messy question for you. Meiosis 2 does what to the number of chromosomes of the parent cell? A, maintains, B, doubles, C, reduces, or D, triples? Can you figure it out? Put your answer down and wait right here for further instructions.
Hello, all you out there in Science Land. Thanks for tuning in to KVQZ. Ricky Wave here, bringing you the latest tunes from the new band Meiosis. Let's listen. True or false? In meiosis, the resulting cells have 23 pairs of chromosomes. That was fabulous! I'm sure you've got an answer written down. Don't change that dial. We've got more great tunes ahead.
Hello to all my fans out there. This is Starstruck, bringing you the latest dish from Science Quiz. I heard the following from a very reliable source. When the cytoplasm and organelles divide at the end of meiosis 1, it is called A. Telophase 1, B. Cytokinesis, C. Telekinesis, D. Metaphase 2. Wow, that was some news. I hope you figured it out and wrote it down. I'd love to hear your answer, but I just saw my favorite movie star in the whole world, and I have to get an autograph.
I'm back. I just had to come out of my bottle for this next question. A tetrad is a chromosome with A, 2 chromatids, B, a chromosome with 4 chromatids, C, a chromosome with no chromatids, or D, none of the above.
Okay, write down your answer.
Very interesting. What do you think? Write down your answer and I may stay out of my bottle a little longer.
That Bronco was a tough one. While I try and catch my breath, let's see if you can rope this next problem. Which is the very last phase of meiosis? A. Metaphase 2, B. Anaphase 1, C. Telophase 2, or D. Prophase 2. How did you do? Put your answer down and let's saddle up for the next rip-roaring question.
Okay, team. This is kind of a tough play I'm about to show you, but with some concentration, I'm sure you'll get it. Crossing over allows for A. More cells, B. Less cells, C. Each daughter cell to be identical, or D. Each daughter cell to be unique. Go, team, go! You pick an answer and let's get back in formation. Let's move out!
Sandy space zooming in from outer space to give the next question. Listen up. In meiosis 2, the 2 daughter cells are divided into what? A. 2 daughter cells with half the number of chromosomes. B. 4 daughter cells with half the number of chromosomes. C. 4 cousin cells with different chromosomes. Or D. None of the above. So what do you think? Write down an answer and I'll boost you on to the next question.
Ahoy, mateys! Another correct answer, and you can be my first matey. True or false? The random sorting of chromosomes during anaphase 2 helps create unique gametes.
Okay, write down your answer.
What's your answer? Write it down quickly before me and my crew come sailing after you.
Hello, I am Quizzitor. I'll take a break from my latest experiment to quiz you. Hope you all get this one right. Which of the following are differences between mitosis and meiosis? A. Number of times the cells divide. B. Number of chromosomes in the parent cells. C. Exchange of genetic information. D. A and C. Get your final answer down. It's time again to see Professor Science. Thank you. This is Quizzitor, logging off.
Hey, you did it! You are so smart. Well, that's all I have for you today on Science Video Quiz. Stay stay tuned for a complete list of answers. And I'll see you next time.
Okay, good job. Here come the answers.
Question 1. D. Meiosis is the division of cells to create germ cells. Question 2. False. A gamete is the result of a germ cell dividing twice. Question 3. A. Homologous means dealing with the same trait but different information. Question 4. C. Chromosomes contain genes or genetic information. Question 5. True. When germ cells combine, they create life. Question 6. B. Meiosis divides one diploid cell into 4 haploid cells. Question 7. C. A gamete has 23 chromosomes. Question 8. D. Zygotes have 2 sets of chromosomes. Question 9. C. Our traits are determined by our chromosomes. Question 10. A. A germ cell is haploid. Question 11. A. Crossing over is when sister chromosomes entangle and exchange DNA strands. Question 12. C. Meiosis II reduces the number of chromosomes of the parent cell. Question 13. False. In meiosis, the resulting cells have 23 chromosomes, not 23 pairs. Question 14. B. Cytokinesis is when the cytoplasm and organelles divide at the end of meiosis I. Question 15. B. A tetrad is a chromosome with 4 chromatids. Question 16. C. Telophase II is the very last phase of meiosis. Question 17. D. Crossing over allows for each daughter cell to be unique. Question 18. B. The 2 daughter cells divide into 4 daughter cells with half the number of chromosomes. Question 19. True. Random sorting of chromosomes increases gamete diversity. Question 20. D. Mitosis and meiosis differ in the number of cell divisions and in the exchange of information.
A. Polarity. B. Molarity. C. Salt. And you again, I got the same thing. The Stooges, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Get ready for the pass. Remember to use those brains. Speed and My voice changed big time there. Use those brains. Speed and velocity.
Oh, hi. We're having a bit of a problem out with our Sorry. Every time I tried reading this one at home, I kept doing that too.
You want to do that one again? All right, that's a wrap.
View all 10 titles in the Science Video Quiz Series.
Atoms.
Clouds.
Classification.
Forces.
Motion.
Climate and seasons.
Fossils.
Mitosis.
Meiosis.
Water cycle.